Dirt car sportsman lined up in the chute. Try to keep the program moving along for everybody. Thanks again for joining us. Couple last pictures as we wrap up Victory Lane. Once again, put your hands together. Mike Maresca, folks. His crew, family, and friends as he heads back to the garage area with the 7mm.
I can't unless you got a defibrillator.
Quick rundown. Dirt Car Sportsman Modifieds. On the front row, the 7D of Eugene Tarbo from Akwesasne. Outside Tarbo will be the 51 of Matthew Borey from North Lawrence, New York. Starting third, inside row number 2, the M70 of Billy Cook from Hogansburg. Outside Cook will be the 29 of Chad Valance from Brazier Falls, New York. Starting fifth, 18X of Bladen Arquette from Akwesasne. Outside Arquette will be the 71 of Delbert Legros Jr. Row number 4 inside is Joshua Pete from Potsdam, New York in the 84P. Outside him, the 1R of Ricky Thompson from Hogansburg. Ninth starting spot on the field goes to the 35 of Thomas Cook from Hogansburg. Outside Cook, the 44 of Casey Swam. 11th position, starting position on the field is the 0 of Shane Pecor. Outside Pecor, the 22C of Cedric Govro. Inside row number 7 will be the 8 of Steve Bushy. Firehouse Pizzeria ride outside him. From Akwesasne is the 88 of Fire Swamp. 15th starting spot on the field goes to the 9S of Bentley Gray from Akwesasne. Outside Gray will be the 83D of Dustin Bradley from Potsdam, New York. 17th starting position goes to the 04 of Dale Gagne Jr. from Chazy, New York. Outside Gagne Jr. will be the 63M of Franklin Mackin from Russell, New York. 10th row inside the 10X of Corey Castell from Fort Covington. Outside Castell, the 22E. That's Eric Govro from Chelsea, Quebec. Inside row number 11 is the 18JR of Jason Rose from Cornwall. Outside Rose will be the 6th car of Melvin Rush from Messina, New York. 23rd starting spot goes to the 22 of Matt Leonard from Plattsburgh. Outside Leonard will be the 9 of Christian Smoke. Row number 13 inside the 54G of Greg Snyder from Wyra, New York. Outside Snyder will be the 95 of Dan Jobber from St. Andrews West, Ontario. And shotgun on the field tonight will be the 10 of Robert Delormier from Roosevelt Town, New York. There you have it. 25 dirt car sportsmen lined up in the staging area for their 25-lap main event here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Scoring and timing. Wrapping up the feature race results from the 358s. We'll be with you just a second. As we look to keep the program moving along for everybody tonight.
Yeah, very good modified feature. Apologies about the lap counter with some technical difficulties going on there tonight. But Mike Maraska, certainly the class of the field here tonight. From in that 7mm car, he looked very fast all night, and he did exactly that, picking up the win, number 1 of the Goodleaf Series. I apologize, it was a typo, but it is race number 1, not race number 2. People do make mistakes. My parents always told me that. I didn't know what they were referring to, but nevertheless, no, they always told my sister, they would say to Nicole, "We wish you were an only child." I didn't know what that meant until last Thanksgiving, but nevertheless, modifieds are in the books. Dirt car sportsman next. Eugene Tarbell, starting pole position. Matt Borey, I had a chance to talk with him, and he was joking. We were joking about some of the things we talked about earlier, and he said, "Whatever you told me must have brought me some good luck." He said, "I started on the pole pager, and I had a great car." He's pretty confident. Also talked to Kevin Federley Jr. I asked him, I said, what happened to your ProStock? Why, I've never seen you finish last. He says, we're trying something new, and tonight, if it doesn't go better, it'll be the last night I ever try something new again. So always great to talk to those two drivers.
Holiday weekend, everybody's...
You got plans, Bob? Family cookout, or you're gonna burn it?
More racing tomorrow night.
You're gonna burn anything on the grill?
Actually, we're having a little reunion tomorrow afternoon. My aunt and uncles haven't been together for a few years with a lot of those people.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
We're gonna get together for a little while in the afternoon.
But nothing for the 4th. You're not gonna burn some hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill like I will.
That could happen sometimes on a weekly basis in my house.
Sometimes on a weekly basis. I know. I grew up in a household. My mother thought the smoke detectors were timers. Some fireworks going off over off of turn number 1. Going to kick things off here. Tarbell and Matthew Borey from that front row. I'll let you take the first 13 laps and I'll bring home.
Okay.
No, wait.
Sportsman.
Yeah, I'll have you go down and do this one, and then I'll do the ProStock interview.
Yep. Sportsman on the Speedway. 25 laps for the Dirt Car Sportsman tonight here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Thanks again for joining us. 25 cars, 27 cars, 25 laps. 27 Dirt Car Sportsmen getting ready to roll here. Scoring, just double checking the lineup. As Pager mentioned, on the front row, the 7D of Eugene Tarbell from Akwesasne. Outside him, the 51 of Matthew Borey. A couple of fast race cars during their heat race. Also, Chad Valance with a good run. Billy Cook was running well during his heat race as well. Ricky Thompson, Joshua Pete, Thomas Cook. Cars running double file here through 3 and 4. Just wrapping up. We'll do one more lap here under caution. Just want to make sure that all these automobiles are in their correct starting spot before we get started. Just to make sure.
Yeah, some awesome fireworks going off over in Canada there. As I had mentioned, it's Canada Day, and for most of you in attendance, our Canadian fans, we appreciate you and glad that you're here with us. Hope you have a safe holiday weekend. And for all of our American fans, hey, there's Daryl Mitchell in the crowd. Daryl Mitchell, I see you weren't here last week, but going to see his father Jingles, I would imagine. But make sure you check out Daryl Mitchell's YouTube racing channel tomorrow morning about 11:30. He will have a wrap-up here from the Mohawk International Raceway from his perspective, and always some good laughs. It's like the dessert on Saturday morning, as I like to call it, after Friday night's fantastic racing action here at the Mohawk International Raceway.
I check that out from time to time. Daryl does a nice job.
He does an excellent job.
Videos.
Gets a lot of views, and he had one video last year from opening night. I won't give away the secret. That was probably one of his better videos. Let's just say there was a dust-up in the pits. Let's just leave it at that.
Racing's come a long way with some of the equipment. Nice to see a lot of the different the GoPros and the different stuff that they can put together to give fans a live view of what it's like to ride in some of these race cars when they drop the green on something like this with 27 cars in the field.
Yeah, everything's going to digital media. I remember back in the day, it was a treat to come down here. You'd pick up your Gator Racing News for a couple bucks and get your Area Auto Racing News for about $3. And I had a nice pile come hunting season for reading material.
Yeah. Scoring is all set. The control tower says we're good to go racing. White flag is out. We'll go green next time. 27. Dirt Car Sportsman on the field tonight here at the Mohawk International Raceway. 25 laps the distance. Tarbell and Borey on the front row. Cook and Valance on the second row. Arquette Legros Jr. Row number 3. The field crawls through 3 and 4. They come to life. We're under green. Tarbell with a quick hole shot off the start-finish line. Borey battles back on the outside. Borey with a good run down the backstretch as they go door handle to door handle through 3 and 4. Borey trying to run on the outside. Eugene Tarbell on the inside. Borey with a good run off of 3 and 4. He'll lead your first lap here. Dirt Car Sportsman. Tarbell battles a bit on the bottom, decides to slide up. They'll run nose to tail down the backstretch. Billy Cook with a nose out in front through 3 and 4 for the third spot over the 84P of Joshua P. Caution on the speedway. Caution is on the speedway. We have a car up off the top of turn 1. That is the 6 of Melvin Rush. So they'll look to Rush coming down the backstretch, pulling through 3 and 4. It's back around the field. You'll have to join the field at the back on the restart. Scoring will work through the restart order. 1 lap on the pylon so far. Borey, your race leader. The 7D of Eugene Tarbell runs in second. Unofficially M70. Billy Cook in third. 84P of Joshua Pete in fourth. And the 71 of Deborah Glow Jr. right now in fifth, as they continue to work through the restart order. Race control trying to get them corrected here. They're going to move LeGros up to the third spot, it looks like. Thank you for your patience. Race control talking to the drivers on the one-way inside the race car, working on the lineup.
Yeah, that might be the single greatest invention, at least in my lifetime, is the one-way radios. They've done away with the drivers being able to talk to one of their pit crew members, but the one-way radios, it makes it distinct, clear where drivers need to be and how they're going to start and what they need to do to sometimes just correct their behavior.
Well, it's a little safer too, as a lot of tracks would use a flagger on the back stretch to catch those that they didn't get caught on the front stretch, and just nice all the way around as the cars working through the feature lineup. The 51 of Matthew Borey is the control car. He chooses the outside as Chief starter Travis Bruno gives him the one to go as the field starts to double up. 1 lap on the pylon, 24 to go, 25-lap main event for the Dirt Car Sportsman here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Thanks again for joining us. Kicking off your holiday weekend. They stack them up on the backstretch, working through 3 and 4. Keep your eyes on Chief starter Travis Bruno as he looks them over as they come to life through turn 4. We're under green. Eugene Tarbell stays on the inside. Borey on the outside as they head down the backstretch. Good battle up front as Borey grabs the lead going into turn 3. The field starts to stack up behind him. Borey leads the field through 4. He'll put lap number 2 on the board as the field starts to find their position behind him. Nice job out front. Keep your eyes on Shane Pecor. Pecor jumped a few here on that first lap around the park. He's back up battling for the second spot. He gets underneath Eugene Tarbell. He's up to second. He's looking at Borey for first. Keep your eye on the 0 Shane Pecor. Pecor behind him comes the 35 of Thomas Cook. Cook into the third position. Pecor looks to the inside of Borey on the front stretch. They go door to door down through the front stretch, give the lead at the line to Borey, but it's all Pecor through 1 and 2. Borey looks to battle back on the outside, but Pecor throws the hammer down, slides through 3 and 4. Top 3 cars under a blanket. Pecor, Borey, Thomas Cook looking for more as he looks underneath Borey for the second spot. Tarbell rides back in fourth. Delbert LeGros Jr. in 5th. Number 6 on the board this time. 19 to go. Shane Pecor, followed by Thomas Cook. The 51 of Borey. 7D of Tarbell. Legros Jr.'s got a rear deck lid full of the 04 of DJ Gagno. Gagno looks to the inside. He wants the 5th position. Delbert Legros Jr. slams the door on DJ Gagno. DJ Gagno will not go away, and he slides him up the racetrack as they hit the start-finish line. Door handle for the 5th spot. Give the nod to the 04, DJ Gagno. Gagno wants more. He pulls up underneath the backside of the 7D of Eugene Tarbell. Keep your eye on the 04, DJ Gagno. Gagno on the move. Here, Sportsman feature. Pecor out front. Thomas Cook. 2-car breakaway at the front of the field. Thomas Cook looking for more. Thomas Cook's a little better through 3 and 4. Pulls back up on the rear deck lid of the 0 of Shane Pecor. Good battle through middle of the pack. The 83D is up and hits the infield tire through turn 4. Caution on the speedway as the 83D of Dustin Bradley catches the infield tire. Comes to a stop at the bottom of turn 4. Field will work single file around him. 83D of Dustin Bradley got sideways. Fortunately for Bradley, the right side rubber didn't catch in. He didn't go over. Thought he was going to go over at one point as he come back up onto the infield. Nice job getting that car to a stop with all 4 Hoosiers, dirty side down, where they belong. As the 83D of Dustin Bradley is out of the race car. That's a good sign, folks. Scoring will work through the restart order. Ask the drivers to go single file. Pecor and Thomas Cook. Should be a good battle up front on the restart on this one. Couple of quick lap times on that one by their leaders.
Yeah, tough break for Dustin Bradley there. As I had mentioned a few weeks ago, he's got a shirt that says Uke tires always win, and unfortunately for him, that Uke tire got him. From my perspective, it looks like both tires are straight as I turn around and look at our race monitor here, and looks like he just needs a little bit of a push to get off of that little berm and get himself straightened around and get back onto the racetrack in a safe manner. Still to come up, we got the Dirt Pro Stocks for 30 laps, Novice Sportsman for 10, and then fireworks. We're going to throw things up in the air and blow them up.
Good way to kick off the holiday weekend.
Absolutely. And Canada Day, 4th of July weekend, long weekend for everybody. Glad you're with us.
Bob's on vacation all next week.
Bob's on vacation. And plans are? Where are you going?
Golf.
Anywhere? All local? Or?
Just local.
Just local.
Just local.
And you hit them long?
Time for a break.
You hit them long and straight?
No, I'm long and in the woods. Usually.
Long and in the woods.
Like Army golf, right, left, left, right.
I play mostly sand and trees.
Yeah, there you go.
That's why I won't go to the beach. I have too many memories of bad golf outings. Good way to spend. Are you a membership? You got a membership anewhere? Or?
Member with a bunch of us, some of my friends over at Bluff Point, Plattsburgh.
Okay.
On the lake.
That must
Usually
be
get together for a few times.
And I'm sure you'll be sending me photos when I'm working very hard next week.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
I hope for rain next week.
Thanks.
Except on Friday.
You heard that, folks. So if anybody else on vacation this week with the holiday, Pagers in charge of the weather.
Send questions and comments to 151 Fogtown Road. Double file restart here. Shane Pecor looks pretty strong, but it looks, Bob, Thomas Cook got his car set up on a rail there, and he was really starting to run down Pecor.
Yeah, he did a nice job coming up through the field, and it's a nice job by Thomas Pecor. Not quite sure why the 04 of DJ Gagno didn't want to slide up to the outside. He failed to cross over.
To make a clear and distinct winner.
Yeah, absolutely. For them, remember the days of 3 and 4 people upstairs with sheets and everyone's hand scoring and comparing notes, and Nice to...
See, with you, I would have figured it would have been on stone tablets.
Oh, well, I am older, but...
Not that much older.
Not that quite old.
Was it hard to race around the dinosaurs?
It was tough. It was tough. That long neck.
And how many times did Goggle Pisano pick up the win?
Yes.
For any of you Flintstone fans out there, that's one race name I'll never forget.
So...
Gonna get them shuffled. We're gonna get them stacked and re-racked here. 9 in of 25. Yellow remains out as we get the field sorted out here.
I think they're running in a bit of the loose stuff that was kicked up on the racing surface through 3 and 4 with Dustin Bradley getting sideways through there, kicked a bunch of the debris up on the racetrack. They're running the clay back in on the bottom. Just waiting for race control to be happy with the surface. Control car is the 0 of Shane Pecor. He'll have lane choice here on the restart, as they now give the drivers the call to double them up. And Chief Starter Travis Bruno with the white flag in hand. 1 to go this time. Restart action for the Dirt Car Sportsman. 25 lap feature for them tonight. 9 on the board. 16 to go in this one. Far from over. It's Pecor and Cook lead the way as they stack them up on the backstretch. Race control, talking to the drivers, keeping a smooth pace through 3 and 4. Pecor and Cook on the hammer as they come down the front stretch. We're back under green. Pecor leads him through 1 and 2. Cook right behind him. It's back. It's a three-car battle for the 3rd spot between Gagno, Bori. They go 3 wide into 3. DJ Gagno gets the nod on the inside. He pulls his car up into the 3rd position. Tarbell falls back to 4th, 51. Bori runs in 5th. Out front, it's all Pecor. Pecor and Cook going nose to tail. Pecor with a bit more motor down the backstretch. Thomas Cook seems to be a bit better through 3 and 4. The cars continue to shuffle behind them. Top 5 run single file. Shane Pecor leads the way. He's got a feature win under his belt already here at the Mohawk International Raceway. Problem on turn 2. Caution will come out.
And I believe that's the 95 of Dan Jalbert. That car, just like it quit, and he just steered it ever so gingerly to the infield here, and he's come to an abrupt stop. Not sure what happened, maybe a little high oil pressure, and he decided to shut it off before he did any damage to the motor. But track crew quickly over there to check on him. I only got the front shot. Well, I had it, and now the track safety crew is blocking that, but that's okay. Pretty confident that's Dan Jalbert.
I think you're right on that one, as safety personnel tend to his car. Safety personnel always doing a nice job with here at the Mohawk International Raceway track crews. Doing a fine job each and every week, putting on a good surface for these guys to race on, guys and girls. Throughout the evening, race control used this opportunity to work through the restart lineup. 11 on the board, 14 to go in this one. Pecor will continue to show the way with Cook. Gagno had gone 3 wide, and I don't know if I'm pretty sure we had gotten a lap complete, so Gagno should stay in the 3rd position. Eugene Tarbell, the 7D, runs in 4th, 51. Matt Bori in 5th. See if there's any changes through the field.
Well, the hook is coming out here, and that is Dan Jalbert in the 95. And they're going to get him back to the pit area. So probably some motor problems there, and he just decided to hit the kill switch and get himself out of harm's way. Very veteran racing move there by Dan Jalbert.
Once again, thanks for joining us here. St. Lawrence Radiology, Good Leaf, Fireworks by NCCS. I'd like to thank Gene Gagne and his crew putting the program together tonight for the YouTube channel.
Fantastic quality job. Looks like Gene got any of the kinks worked out. And yeah, we can confirm that is Dan Gilbert on the hook. Here, did something possibly break on that front end?
I think so. It seemed to nosedive towards the bottom of the racetrack when he came back across. Then
you got to wonder if that left side spindle kind of broke loose there, because I could see the tire pointed inward, and that is not the kind of issue you want to have on a race car on a racetrack.
Going to make an adjustment on the hook on that. He'll take the longest ride in sports back to the garage area.
Or perhaps he's going to try to get it back fired up here.
I think they're going to rehook.
They're going to rehook, yep.
They just got him out of the...
Probably going to tow him for the front end, because you can't tow with that left front sneaker gone away. Not safe for the driver or track safety crew.
So you got plans?
Not really. I did my errands today, kind of tidied up the household, and a little bit of laundry. Just going to use some R&R time for myself.
Nothing wrong with that.
Watch lots of racing, and it was announced this week that MAV TV and Flow Sports have combined, and now on MAV TV, whatever they would broadcast it will be available on Flow Sports, Flow Racing specifically. Lots of great holiday weekend racing. Lucas Oil late model tour this weekend down south. Timmy McCready, all the big ones are down there. A lot of events going on there, and it was all I have to say about Flow Racing or Flow Sports. It's well worth the $150 for the year. I don't know if you have it, Bob, but
I don't. I some of the buddies have it, and they talk highly of it.
Yeah, you get hockey, you get racing, obviously, you get baseball, lacrosse, anything that you're into. And I beg to differ. If I did a tally of what I truly watch throughout the week, I think it would be solely Flow Racing. And of course, a lot of great racing taking place this weekend. Brockville scheduled to fire away tomorrow night. Cornwall on Sunday night as well.
They've had some weather issues over at Cornwall too.
Yeah, unfortunately, the owner, Ray, his father passed away suddenly on Sunday morning. They pulled the plug on the program, rightfully so.
Absolutely.
And they've had a tough start. Well, Mother Nature hasn't been kind to them either. We've had our fair share of rainouts this season. And talking to one of the track owners tonight, the birthday boy, Don Don, we are halfway through the racing season officially. And we talk about this on opening night, like, oh, September is so far away, and next thing you know, it's Mohawk Fall Nationals, and you're staring down the barrel of the Enduro, and then where did the summer go?
Absolutely.
Summer well spent, if I may say.
Caution lights out. They'll stack them up on the backstretch. Chief starter Travis Bruno will look the field over. Same pair on the front row. Pecor on the inside. He's your leader. He chose the inside. Outside will be Thomas Cook. Keep your eye in the third position. That's DJ Gagno. He's had a strong race car the last couple of laps. We're back under green. 11 down, 14 to go in this one as Pecor leads the field through 1 and 2. Gagno looks to the underneath of Thomas Cook, but Cook battles back on the outside. Throw a blanket over the top 3 cars. Pecor leads him in through 3 and 4. DJ Gagno's not going anyway, but on the hammer on the outside is Thomas Cook, looking to get it done on the outside. Runs it up near the wall. He'll hold on to the second position, but here comes DJ Gagno. Look for Thomas Cook. Cook with a good bite on the outside. Good battle, door handle to door handle for the 2 spot. Halfway this time, Chief Stoddard. Travis Bruno shows him the cross flags. Pecor out front. Great battles. Gagno and Cook back to the 4th spot. Eugene Tarbell.
Into turns 3 and 4 will go. Pecor to the top side. But watch Dale Gagno muscle his car. He's got the number 2 spot from Thomas Cook on lap number 14. Off of turn 2 we go. Gagno maintains that number 2 spot over Thomas Cook. Gagno wants to challenge Pecor for the lead, but he's got Thomas Cook knocking on the outside. Gagno very quick on the bottom. He's starting to run down Shane Pecor for the number 1 spot. Cook bound and determined to make that top side work here as Picor will enter turns 3 and 4 as your race leader. Gagno, watch him work his magic into turns 3 and 4 off the bottom. This time, not much left in the magic wand as he comes off of turn 4. Gagno sticking it on the bottom on lap 16, trying to run down Shane Picor. Shane Picor is one of the toughest competitors you will find in the Northeast in the Sportsman ranks, as now Picor on lap 17 maintains his race lead. Gagno starting to creep up on that rear end of the Picor machine. Here we go this time. Gagno's catching him coming off of turn 4. Boy, Gagno's got a little something extra on the car tonight on lap 18. Picor, he might be able to hear him coming and has to get back up on the wheel and on the throttle. As Shane Picor, your race leader, coming off of turn 4, but for how long? Gagno kind of pinched his car up there a little bit coming into turn 4. The momentum will carry him into turns 1 and 2 this time. Off of turn 2. Shane Picor, your race leader, into turns 3 and 4. Picor goes back to the top side, says, Gagno, if you're going to beat me in the bottom, I'm going to let you have it. Gagno very quick on the bottom, but a diamond cut move by Picor coming into 2, or coming off of turn 2, I should say. Into turns 3 and 4 we go now with 5 to go. 5 to go this time, or last time. Picor, your race leader, lap 21. Gagno, it's time to make it happen here. What can Gagno do? Will lap traffic come into play here with 4 to go? It'll be 3 to go this time around. Off of 4. Picor goes back to the bottom. Gagno, right there, starting to get more pressure on him. When Picor goes to the bottom, that's where Gagno can gain on him. Will Gagno switch lanes in hopes of getting around the 0 car of Picor? Lap traffic now in the way. Picor right there on the bottom. Gagno, whole handful of steering wheel coming off of 4 as Chad Valance will go down a lap with 2 to go. Off of turn 2, it's all Shane Picor. He must know that Gagno's there. There goes Picor to the top side. Gagno off the bottom. Does he have enough this time around? Almost wheel to wheel at the starter line. Now there's a lap car of Melvin Rush right there on the bottom. Picor, he knows what he needs to do. Going to use lap traffic to his advantage as they set sail down to the backstretch. Rush is locked on the bottom. Will this kill the momentum? No, Gagno's got a good run this time. Great run by Gagno. White flag, checkered flag. We are done. Great job by Shane Picor, picking up the win over Dale Gagno. Bob Trombley headed down to victory lane with tonight's feature winner, Shane Picor, on St. Lawrence Radiology, Goodleaf, and NCCS night here at Mohawk International Raceway. Once again, thank you to all you fine fans for being in attendance here tonight. A couple of more quick features, 2 more features to go. Pro Stocks for 30 laps, Novice Sportsman for 10. Fireworks to take place immediately after. Pecor bringing it down to victory lane. Going to throw it down to my buddy Bob Trombley.
Thanks, Pager. The next level home improvement. 0, Shane Pecor. Clears the scales. He's your feature winner tonight. Dirt Car Sportsman. Getting all the safety apparatus off here in Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Tonight's feature winner, the Dirt Car Sportsman, the 0 of Shane Pecor. 25 laps in the books. The St. Andrews, Ontario native. Congratulations, Shane. Another feature win here at Mohawk International Raceway. Tell us about that battle with a couple of times through laps 16, 17, 18, all of a sudden the 04 came out of nowhere.
Yeah, you know, we got to the front pretty early, and we just kind of didn't know where the lane was, so we were just kind of searching around, and, you know, Dale's pretty good, and he won last week there at Airborne, so he's definitely got his program figured out, and, you know, these regular shows, we kind of just run off our old tires because of the tire shortage, so, you know, we put a new pair of sneakers on this bad boy, and she'll be a fast hot rod.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems you had the field covered tonight. As you mentioned, tell us a little bit about it. You started in the 11th position, and you didn't waste any time getting to the front.
No, I think we grabbed the lead there pretty early, lap 5 or so, and just kind of rolled the bottom, and everyone kind of drifted out of the lane, and patience prevailed, and you know, just a great team behind me with Next Level Home Improvement, Pedensky Racing Shocks, Virtucom, Powder Coating, Mr. Move It, Sean's Moving and Junk Removal. I got a bunch more that I probably can't remember. St. Andrews Service Center, you know, and my dad, most of the time we're a one-man crew, so, you know, I'm sure my wife and my, well, my baby's not watching right now, but my wife's watching at home, and, you know, too bad they couldn't be there, but we'll get them in a picture soon.
Yeah, absolutely. There you have it, folks. You did a nice job covering the sponsors for me. Put your hand winner, the 0 of Shane Pecor.
Nice job by Shane picking up the win on the Canadian holiday. He has certainly been the class of the field here at Mohawk in 2022. Great to see our Canadian competitors and fans back here with us, as the nightmare of 2 to 3 years is just about over. Big shout out to Don Simpson as well. Him and Rick Young making their way to get photos for us, or take photos for us, I should say. Next up will be the Dirt Car ProStock's Mohawk Series Race number 1. Starting on the front row, it will be the 18 of Louis Action Jackson. Starting alongside him will be the 8 car of Mark Lalone. In behind them will be the 72 car of Bruno Richard. The 1X of Justin White. Stefan LeBron will start in the 5th starting position. To his outside, it will be the 5B of Ian Brissett. Tyler Bushy will start position number 7. Eli Gilbert will start on the outside in position number 8. Burton Ward, row number 5 on the inside. Denny Govro will start in that 10th starting spot. In behind them, Zach Daniels, alongside Rock Oban, Anthony Musa, Owen White, and behind them will be the number 2 car. James Clark. Then the 46 of Kevin Whalen. 96 car of Eric Lawyer. Kevin Federley in the 57K, 22B of Blaine Nichols. And the other 30 car, "30 laps, here we go." Off a turn 4, Louis Jackson. Mark Lalone, we're underway. Oh, Louis Jackson will set sail into turn number 2. He'll fire off a turn 2 as your race leader. We shuffle our way down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. No problems for Louis Jackson on lap number 1. Jackson, no problems for him right now. Want to give a shout out to John Lazor, who's tuning in. He's away this weekend. Bruno Richard, right now, he's got up into that number 2 spot, looking to track down our race leader of Louis Jackson. Jackson looks pretty strong, though. As Jackson, he's wheeled his way around this track and many others in the Northeast behind the wheel of a ProStock. Lap number 3 of 30. Justin White now in that 1X car. He currently rides in 3rd, starting to run his way up to catch the leaders. Tell you what, Louis Jackson Jr. is locked in on the bottom, and you might need a pry bar to get him off that. Lap 4, it is Louis Jackson all the way right now. Action Jackson coming off of 4. The only thing that might trip him up is lap traffic, but the KG veteran would know how to get around him. Richard, though, starting to breathe down his rear deck as we come off of turn 2. Louis Jackson down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Jackson slid up the track a little bit. That car seems to drift a little bit into the turns, a push, if you will. Jackson trying to keep that car on the bottom, but it's in between turns 3 and 4 where it starts to shuffle up the track on him. Now into 3 and 4 again on lap number 6. Louis Jackson locks it back down on the bottom. Richard right there in his wheel tracks as we go into turns 1 and 2 on lap 7. No problems for him. Off of turn number 2. Look at Louis Jackson go. Jackson on that bottom groove this time. No problems. Lap 8. 30 lap affair here tonight. We got a car. We got the Whalen car and Burton Ward collecting each other on the front stretch.
Yeah, coming through lap traffic as the 46 car tangled up with the 28 of Burton Ward. 46 of Kyle Whalen trying to stay out of trouble. He was a lapped automobile and unfortunately no place to go, and we'll see Damage to the front end of the 46W. Pretty good chance Race Control is going to send that automobile back to the garage area, as they've requested the cars to go single file as they'll work through the restart order. Out front, as Pager mentioned, the 18 of Louis Jackson, keeping that automobile down, that race car down to the bottom of the surface. No place for Bruno Richard to go. Richard turning a couple of quicker lap times during that last session. We'll see what happens here on the restart. Control car, Louis Jackson chooses the bottom. As we mentioned, cars will double up.
Still a lot of laps to go here, but Louis Jackson very quick on the bottom, and that's what he's going to probably do, is throw a bonsai move to the bottom going into turn 1 and force Richard to move up the track if he's going to find the long way around him. 8 in, 22 to go here on St. Lawrence Radiology Night. Once again, thank you to Mike Maraska for all his continued, Dr. Michael Maraska for all his continued support. Now Richard a little quicker that time on the restart. Jackson, though, sticks it on the bottom. Car's starting to slide a little bit going into turn number 2. That'll open things on the bottom this time for Ian Brissett, as he'll challenge for that 3rd spot. Richard, though, Hoosier to Hoosier, coming off a 4 with Louis Jackson. Jackson's got him at the line. Ian Brissett gonna follow in pursuit here. Richard and Jackson touch going into turn 2. Ian Brissett makes a move to the inside on Jackson. Ian Brissett very quick on the bottom. Louis Jackson got out of shape there, and he opened the bottom for Ian Brissett, and Brissett capitalized on it. 10 in, 20 to go.
Keep your eye on the front of the field. Throw a blanket over the top 2 cars. On the inside, Brissett. On the outside is Jackson. Good battle up front. Jackson, who had been running the bottom of the racetrack, now forced to run to the top side. Both cars wobble through 1 and 2, but it's Brissett with a nose out front heading down the backstretch, but Jackson battles back. Sitting in the catbird seat, maybe. Could be the 72 of Bruno Richard. So he's watching this battle out front as the cars continue to shake up on the backstretch. Behind him. Louis Jackson battling Brissett on the outside. Will not go away. Good battle out front. Lap number 13 on the pylon this time. Your leader this time, give it to Brissett at the line. 3 cars under a blanket front of the pack. Brissett continues to get through 1 and 2 better. Jackson battles along the backstretch. Jackson, a better race car through 3 and 4 as he slides by the top of the racetrack. Gets a good bite. Give it to Jackson this time. Nice battle out front. Dirt Car Sportsman Series. Putting on a show here at the Mohawk International Raceway, as maybe the 72 of Bruno Richard wants to have something to say with it as he pulls up on the rear deck lid. Halfway this time by. Top 3 cars under a blanket. Jackson, Brissett, Richard battling up front. Good run that time down the back stretch by Louis Jackson. Slides it through 3 and 4. Gets a good run off the top of 4. He's definitely your leader this time by. See if he can slide back in front. He can as he gets a little bit loose through 1. Pinches the race car down towards the bottom of the racetrack. Runs the center groove down the back stretch. Give the nod out front. Going into 3 to Jackson. Jackson not quite as much of a slide job this time across the top of 4. He'll maintain the lead. Louis Jackson out front. Good run down the backstretch this time. Bruno Richard, the 72. He gets underneath the bottom of Brissett. They touch going through 3. Brouchard slide to the 2nd spot. Jackson's your leader. Richard in 2nd. Richard looking for more. Looks underneath the inside of Louis Jackson as they head down the backstretch. They put some distance on the third place automobile now, Brissett. Keep your eye out front. Jackson's got a new dancing partner. It's the 72 of Bruno Richard. Richard stays to the bottom of the racetrack, gets through 1 and 2. Richard now heads him down the backstretch. 2-car breakaway at the front of the field. Lap number 20 going on the board this time. Two hands full of fingers this time. It's Richard, your leader. Richard leads him down through 1 and 2. Jackson falls back to second. Brissett runs in third. Stephen LeBrun runs in fourth. Tyler Bushy fifth. Single file now as they come across through 3 and 4. Bruno Richard in the 72 is your leader. Single file through the rest of the field out back. ProStock Series 30-lap feature. Number 22 on the board this time. Bruno Richard leads him through turn 4, heads down the front stretch. Jackson runs in second, Brissett in third. Stephen LeBrun in fourth, Tyler Bushy in the 15 and fifth. Problems for Kevin Federley Jr. He'll take his 57K back to the garage area. Rough night here at the Mohawk International Raceway for Kevin Federley Jr. Good pace here by the ProStocks. As the 72 of Bruno Richard sticks to the bottom of the racetrack, he'll start to work through lap traffic some more. As Anthony Musa, he gets underneath him through 3 and 4. Through 1 and 2. And then down the backstretch. Richard, sizable lead now, has stretched his lead out to 3 seconds. Over the second place car of Louis Jackson, who's now got a handful of the left side mirror of Ian Brissett. Brissett looking for second. Caution on the speedway.
5 to go. Caution on the speedway. Just got word from John Lazore. This is just a ProStock special. There's not a ProStock Series race this year for the ProStock. Just a special race, but anytime the ProStocks are racing, I think it's a special race anyway, as that looks like Govero going to take his car. I'll tell you what, I have been impressed with Bruno Richard. He is sticking that nose in and really moving his way around this racing surface. Louis Jackson's got a handful here with 5 to go. And Anthony Musa, snail's pace on the backstretch. Single file restart. I think Louis is expressing some displeasure here with Bruno Richard. And I don't think Ian Brissett is exactly going to be sending Bruno Richard a Christmas card this season. Louis just going to let him know he's there. Louis has seen a lot of things and done a lot of racing in his time, and certainly knows how to get his car around any racetrack. I've seen him compete at Rolling Wheels and be the class of the field as well there. Fun track to go to. Unfortunately, no longer in operation. No, Bobby, that's not the wireless. You'll have to yell really loud if you use that, as Bob's going to make his way down. Single file restart, 5 to go. Richard, Jackson, Brissett. Who's it gonna be? Green flag, we're back underway. Jackson out of sorts, went to the high side there. Gambled, didn't pay off as Richard and Brissett are starting to pull away. 4 to go this time, off of turn 4. Ian Brissett may have that number 2 spot. Richard, about a 4-car length lead on the backstretch now in the turns 3 and 4. Over Brissett in that 2nd spot. Louis Jackson trying to make that bottom work, but his car does not seem to like that bottom groove with 3 to go. Travis Bruno indicating displeasure with the driver as well. Now on the turns 3 and 4 yet again. Richard maintains that race lead. Here we go off of turn 4 with 2 to go. This is Travis Bruno. Richard, your leader. Brissett into 2nd. Does Brissett have enough to catch him? Jackson still in the 3rd spot. White flag gonna be displayed this time around for Bruno Richard, looking to pick up another one here at Mohawk. 4 more left turns. Brissett gonna throw the kitchen sink as he'll try to go to the top side in hopes making it work, and it won't work as Brissett is actually slowing. Louis Jackson is gonna go by him. Brissett, something went down, but Richard off of turn 4. Richard picks up the win. Not sure what happened with Ian Brissett. He had a top 5, went to the top side, and now he'll come home in that 4th spot. Bob Trombley headed down to victory lane with tonight's feature winner for the ProStock special of Bruno Richard.
"30 laps in the books tonight for the ProStocks." As Bruno straps. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Tonight's feature winner in the ProStocks, the 72, Bruno Richard. With Bruno. Nice job tonight. Started in the 3rd position, slipped back a little bit there the first 2 laps, and then kind of seemed like you kind of bided your time a little bit before you headed for the front. Tell us about the ride to the front tonight.
Oh, well, I was watching Louis really close. I told him before the race because I know on black track is really good. And I was surprised when I opened the door in the 5, he just came quick and he opened the door to me and I was happy because I don't want to push him. And when he opened the door, I go in and I see Louis was outside and I know how they work. He's burning his tire. I save my tire and bring to the front in one piece.
Absolutely. We had a restart there partway through. Car was fast already. What were your thoughts before that? Before we went back to green, you think the car was still ready to go?
I told my crew, I say it's all in tonight. We start with a strong beginning season, but like I say to the other driver, I start in April to race. Now everybody adjusts her car. It's more hard for me, but we're working hard, and I'm going to give that race to my friend Roberts. And we continue on the right way we want to go for this year for the point dirt.
Absolutely. Nice run tonight. Anybody else you want to thank?
Again, all my sponsorship, I don't want to tell nobody because I always miss one, but all my sponsors on my car, I know GoPro is here. My 2 cousins, they jump in the car. And my mom and my wife give me a hand. At 66 years old, I show for the first time how to change a tire at 10:30 Wednesday night.
Absolutely. There you have it, folks. Tonight's ProStock winner, Bruno Richard. Congratulations, Bruno, on tonight's victory. Novice Sportsman lined up in the chute. Last feature of the night. Then we're going to light the sky up.
So, Novice Sportsman going to wrap things up here like the bow on a fine Christmas present. 10 laps the affair. Ty David and DJ Gagno going to fire from the pole. Over to you, Bob.
Absolutely, Pager. Ty David on the pole. Outside David, the 04G of Dale Gagno from Shazy, New York. I cannot find my... Oh, here it is. Take me a minute or two. I'll get there, folks. Last feature of the night. Novice Sportsman's going to run 10 laps. They stack them up on the backstretch. David Gagnon on the front row. Jocks riding in the third spot as they fire through 3 and 4. Gagnon doesn't go. They throw the green. We'll have to see if race control is going to keep this one or not. They're on the talking to the flag stand. They're going to go. As Ty David leads them through 3 and 4. Jock runs in third. Xavier Delorme runs in fourth. Excuse me. In the third spot. Gagnon slips all the way back to the fourth spot. Lap number 2 on the board. 10 laps the distance in this one. Our final feature of the night. Then we're going to blow something up in the infield. Out front, it's David. Jock, right on the rear deck lid, looks to the inside of Ty David, throws it through the corner, contact through 4 as he's both of them with a slide job. As David maintains the lead, Jock falls into second. They run nose to tail. Delorme in the third spot. 4 laps on the pylon this time. David leads him through 1 and 2. Jock underneath him again, looks to the inside. They pinch it through 4. Halfway this time, says Chief Starter Travis Bruno.
Halfway to go for Josh Jock and Ty David. Wheel to wheel this time, coming off of turn number 2. Jock's got the advantage as they enter turns 3 and 4. Jock gets the whole car past him this time. Chassis and all coming off of turn 4. Josh Jock, your new race leader. Josh Jock, your leader. Wow, he is hooked up. Of course, that is the old Casey Swamp ride. Casey had that out for a few nights, and Josh bought himself a hot rod, it looks like. With 4 to go this time. 3 to go, I should say. Josh Jock, no problems for him. With 2 to go, Josh Jock just going to run away and hide here and leave everybody in his wake off of turn 4. Josh Jock, he'll see the white flag in the air. 4 more left turns for him. Off of turn number 1, now into 2. Josh Jock looking to return to victory lane here on St. Lawrence Radiology Night at the Mohawk International Raceway. Josh Jock off of turn 4. He'll pick up the win.
Put your hands together, climbing out of the race car. Tonight's Novice Sportsman winner, the 03 of Joshua Jock. We'll get a quick word with Josh. Nice job tonight. Had a fast race car right from the start, did well in your heat race, and tell us a little bit about coming through 3 and 4 there, a couple of laps.